Sometimes, just being in the right situation can open the door to becoming a K-pop idol. And here's what I mean. 1. You study in an art school. If you're one of the small percent of kids going to an arts high school or talent school instead of a normal school, you already have a huge advantage. Why? Because your parents are open-minded enough to support your creative side. And more importantly, they have the money to actually send you there. Art schools aren't cheap. You're already looking at a middle-class family at least. And guess what? These schools are K-pop company magnets. Agencies literally scout at these places. Some schools are directly connected to entertainment company, like you could just be vibing in dance class and boom, a casting manager spots you. You don't even need to want to be a K-pop idol. Sometimes it just happens because your school gave you that exposure. Meanwhile, someone more talented than you, stuck in a small town with no art support, might never get noticed at all. So yeah, the right school? That's not just education. That's low-key a career shortcut into K-pop. 2. You live in Korea or a big K-pop friendly city. This one's obvious, but people still underestimate how much your location affects your chances. If you live in Korea, especially Seoul, you're already in the heart of the K-pop universe. That's like trying to be an actor and already living in Hollywood. Auditions are happening everywhere. Casting managers are out in the malls, in subway stations, literally walking around looking for new faces. But even if you're not in Korea, living in a big city like Tokyo, Jakarta, LA, New York, or Manila still gives you way more opportunities than someone in a small countryside town. Why? Because that's where the global auditions are held. That's where the K-pop events, workshops, festivals, and training camps come, and that's where talent agencies are more likely to scout. 3. Your family travels outside the country a lot. If you want to become a non-Korean K-pop idol like Lisa or Rose, then trust me, your family needs to be the type that travels, or at least understands the outside world. Lisa didn't just show up one day and become a K-pop queen. Her family had an international mindset. Her stepdad is literally a white European guy, super well-traveled. You think a family like that would freak out about her living in Korea? Nah, they get it. And Rose, even though she's Korean, she grew up in Australia. Her whole family already lived abroad, knew how the world works outside of Korea. So when she said, "Hey, I want to train in Korea," her parents weren't scared. They weren't clueless. They knew how to support that kind of dream. More importantly, Rose's dad is the one who suggested her to join audition in the first place. But if you were born into a family that's never left your hometown, never sat on a plane, never even applied for a passport, oh man, convincing them to let you live in another country by yourself for a dream like K-pop, that's like asking them to send you to Mars. They'll panic. They'll think you're crazy. They won't understand, not because they don't love you, but because they've never been exposed to that kind of life. So yeah, your family's worldview plays a huge part, and if they're already used to traveling, seeing new cultures, and trusting you to be independent, that's one of the biggest green lights you can have. 4. You are the youngest Gen Z or you're Gen Alpha. Listen, if you were born in the late 2000s or early 2010s, congratulations, you're Gen Alpha or the youngest Gen Z, and you low-key have an advantage most people don't talk about. Why? Because your parents are probably millennials. And millennial parents, they're not like old school parents from the Boomer or Gen X era. They grew up watching YouTube, listening to Big Bang, Girls' Generation, and well known about K-pop. So when you say, "I want to be a K-pop idol," they're not going to act like you just said you want to join a circus. They're more likely to say, "Oh, you want to audition for SM or YG," instead of "Go study or you'll be homeless." They get it. They know what a trainee is. They understand what K-pop is, what the training system looks like, and they've seen idols succeed, so the dream doesn't sound impossible to them. Even better, some of them might still be K-pop fans themselves. But if you're older or your parents are from a different generation that never got exposed to K-pop, get ready for that. Be a doctor or lawyer conversation real fast. So yeah, being born later isn't just about being younger. It's about having parents who actually understand the dream, and that makes everything easier. 5. You already attended or won a small beauty contest. Let's be real. If you've already been in a beauty contest, even a tiny one at your school or local community center, you've already stepped one foot into the idol world without even knowing it. Because guess what? K-pop companies love this kind of background. It shows you're already comfortable on stage. You've been judged for your looks, which, let's not lie, matters a lot in K-pop. And you know how to walk, pose, smile, and carry yourself with confidence. Even if you didn't win, just being part of a pageant or a school model contest already proves something important. You're used to being seen. You're not camera shy. You've probably already done some basic styling, had photos taken, and learned how to hold your posture under pressure. And if you did win, now you've got a little flex to put on your resume. That kind of thing catches attention. Former Summer Junior Model winner, first place at regional beauty event. It sounds small now, but when you step into the K-pop world, that kind of experience can set you apart from thousands of people who only ever practiced in their bedroom. So yeah, if you've walked a stage even once in your life, you're closer than you think. 6. You join a dance crew that performs in K-pop events. Now this is one of those you don't even know how close you are situations. If you're already in a dance crew, especially one that performs at K-pop events, cover contests, or random mall showcases, you're not just a fan anymore. You're literally in the ecosystem. You're around people who take K-pop seriously, who rehearse like real idols, and who treat every stage like it's an M countdown audition. You're already getting used to synchronization, stage presence, and performing in front of strangers. That's half the battle right there. And guess what? Scouts do show up to those events sometimes. Even if no one scouts you, the experience levels you up fast. You learn how to work in a group, how to polish your moves, how to handle nerves, and how to improve your stamina. You might even meet someone in your crew who later becomes a trainee. And boom, you've got an insider connection. So yeah, joining a K-pop dance crew isn't just for fun, it's low-key a backdoor into the industry. 7. You have a relative living in Korea. If you've got an aunt, cousin, uncle, older sibling, anybody living in Korea, you already have a serious head start, and you probably don't even realize how lucky you are. Because let's be real, the biggest thing that scares people away from chasing the K-pop dream is moving to Korea alone. It's not just the distance, it's the culture shock, the language barrier, the homesickness, and the fact that you don't know anyone. But if you already have a relative living there, that's like having a built-in support system. They can help you find a place to stay, guide you through basic Korean life stuff, help translate when things get confusing, and most importantly, reassure your parents that you're not going to disappear off the face of the earth. And let's not ignore the biggest perk. You can actually go to in-person auditions without needing a visa, hotel, or translator. You could even stay in Korea short-term just to take lessons or train privately, all because you have family on the inside. Most trainees have to leave everything behind to chase this dream. But if you've got blood ties already in Korea, that's like playing the K-pop game on easy mode compared to everybody else. 8. You know someone who works in a K-pop company. Now this one is low-key the cheat code of the whole K-pop game. If you know anyone, and I mean anyone who works inside a K-pop company, you don't even realize how powerful that is. It doesn't have to be the CEO, it could be someone in admin, an intern, a backup dancer, even a friend's older sibling who once did freelance styling. It counts. Why? Because K-pop is just like every other industry. Sometimes it's not about what you can do, it's about who you know. People on the inside hear about auditions before they go public. They know which companies are secretly looking for new trainees. They can tell you what type of trainee SM is craving right now, or which audition YG is quietly holding without promoting it. And sometimes they can straight up pass your profile to the right person. Not saying it guarantees anything, but it opens the door. 9. You have the right look that fits current trends. Let's be honest, K-pop companies pay a lot of attention to looks, but it's not just about being traditionally pretty or handsome. It's about having a vibe that matches what's hot right now, whether that's edgy, soft, charismatic, or quirky. Sometimes your unique style or face shape perfectly fits what a company is hunting for at that moment. If you check that box, your chances shoot way up, even if you're not the best singer or dancer yet. Looks might not be everything, but in K-pop, they definitely open doors. 10. You're able to join a K-pop trainee camp outside Korea. If you ever get the chance to join a K-pop trainee camp outside Korea, consider yourself lucky as hell. These camps are like mini boot camps run by actual Korean companies or their trusted partners abroad. Why is this such a big deal? Because you get official training without having to pack your bags and leave your whole life behind. You get lessons in singing, dancing, stage presence, the same stuff trainees get in Korea, but without the crazy culture shock or language struggles. Plus, these camps are designed to spot promising talent and sometimes even fast-track you into a Korean company's trainee program. It's like a VIP audition with training included. Most hopefuls have to go all in and move to Korea blind.